fans here at Volusia, I ask each and every one of you to please stand up, wave your hands, your neighbor, your beverage, your loved one. Ladies and gentlemen, the hour of big block power is upon us. Before they go fast and start to power slide, we salute you with the big blocks, 4 wide. The ground pounding, earth shaking, window rattling, 800 horses without all the mess. The big block modified Super Dirt Car Series. Out after 30 laps around Volusia Speedway. All right, Tyler, you have in your right hand the one thing that'll get them rocking and rolling, and that is the green go stick. The Big Show, Dave Rauscher, and the Dr. Danny Johnson up on the front row. Green means go. Thundering down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. The Dr. Danny Johnson's going to lead him off of corner number 4. Tim Fuller rides in second. Back there in position number 3, we find the number 9 Matt Shepard going after the Big Show. Dave Rauscher running back there in 5th. Bobby Barron, 6th spot belongs to Andy Bacchetti. 7th is Rob Bellinger. Now Brett Hearn is 8th. The 7 of Rick Laubach is 9th. Mike Isles rounds out the top 10. Fuller looking stout with the Smith brothers, 74. Mike Isles just bounced it off the front stretch wall, gets it collected back up, running back in position number 12. 3 wide off of corner number 2 as Bacchetti gets around Laubach. Friesen down on the bottom. He'll clear him as well as they move up a position, putting Laubach back to position number 11. The Dr. Danny Johnson out of Rochester, New York. The Mike Payne-owned machine leading them down into turn number 3 and 4 as the Hastings and Noth-owned number 74 of Tim Fuller slides it off the turn on the top side as the 9S of Matt Shepard still right there for the 3rd position. Brett Hearn now going after the Big Show. We've got a car in trouble in turn number 4. One car is off the pace. Yellow lights are on. 16th, Michelle Chicoine. 17th, Tim Courier. Ray Swinehart, 18th. Danny Barron, 19th. Randy Chrysler, 20th. Darwin Green, 21st. Kevin Bates, 22nd. Billy Van Ingewen, 23rd. Roger Chrysler, 24th. Jeremy Markle rounds out the top 25 as we get the green. Danny Johnson holds off the challenge from Tim Fuller, and now Brett Hearn wants the 2nd place pie. 2 by 2, they ride into turn number 3 and 4. Matt Shepard underneath Bobby Barron, looking to keep position number 4. Meanwhile, they went 3 wide off the turn. Hearn able to keep the advantage for the 2 spot. Shepard in the 9S right there. So is Fuller in the number 74, working the top shelf. Rob Bellinger right there as well. Top 6 pulling away from the 7th place car, Stuart Friesen, but I have a feeling that is going to change as Stu Friesen starting to wind up tight with that number 1 machine. And now Jimmy Horton works the top side, swinging around Tim Kerr and the 3D of Matt DiLorenzo. So Horton from 12th to 10th and 1 heartfelt power pounds. Now he's not finished. He gets around Rauscher and Scagliotta to move up to position number 8. So the sensational one, Jimmy Horton, looking awfully stout right now as they complete lap number 7. Hearn with the advantage for position number 2 as Shepard goes after the Fuller number 74 machine. Fuller holds on to 3rd. Shepard is 4th. Farron rides in position number 5. The 8R of Bellinger holding on to position number 6. Off the corner, Shepard dive bombs to the inside, going after Hearn. Fuller right there beside him on the top shelf. They'll drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is Tim Fuller holding on to position number 3, and we have caution on the speedway. Ray Swinehart in the number 33 up against the wall in turn number 1. Tim Fuller in the 2nd row with Bobby Barron and Rob Bellinger, Stuart Friesen, and Jimmy Horton. Here we go, off of corner number 4, back underway on lap number 8. Brett Hearn takes the lead from the Doctor down the back straightaway, and Danny Johnson, look at this 3 wide, Stuart Friesen going 3 deep with Barron and Fuller for position number 4, 5, and 6, and their 3 ride behind him, Kerr, Bellinger, and the 48-2 of Dave Rauscher. Hearn able to keep the number 1 spot with Shepard now taking second away from Danny Johnson. As Fuller continues to ride in 4, Stuart Friesen is now up to position number 5. Friesen started in the 14th position, up to a top 5 run as we are 1/3 of the way home. 10 laps are in the books. Brett Hearn brings him off of corner number 2 as Danny Johnson still trying to get back around the number 9S of Matt Shepard to reclaim the number 2 position. He'll take the spot away through 3 and 4, but Shepard works the bottom, and Shepard will be your second place car as they complete lap number 11. Off the corner, Danny Johnson, a great run off of turn number 2. Pulls away from Matt Shepard, able to take the runner-up spot back. And Danny Johnson starting to put some heat in the Hoosiers. He's got the foot buried to the firewall, trying to get up there and race with Brett Hearn. Closes in on him. Half car length behind as they complete lap number 12. Now the doctor looking to throw the slider. No, it doesn't happen. Brett Hearn able to sneak back around on the top side. A classic rivalry renewed here at Volusia. Brett the Jet and the Doctor, Danny Johnson, and now Matt Shepard wants a piece of the pie of the number 9S as he is in position number 3 and closing back in on the top 2 cars. Tim Fuller in the 74 still riding back there in 4th. Stuart Friesen is 5th. Bobby Barron 6th. Jimmy Horton 7th. Rob Bellinger is 8th. Rich Gagliata has made his way up to 9th. Matt DiLorenzo holds on to position number 10. Brett Hearn continues to show the charge off a turn at number 2. Danny Johnson has faded back about 4 car lengths. Working the top side. Hearn runs the bottom. Halfway home, 15 down, 15 to go for Hearn. The Doctor, Shepard, Fuller, and Friesen, your top 5. Barron is 6th. Jimmy Horton 7th. Rob Bellinger 8th. Rich Gagliata 9th. Matt DiLorenzo rounds out the top 10. Willie Decker's 11th. Tim Kerr rides in 12th. Michelle Chicoine sits in 13th. 14th is Becchetti. 15th is Randy Chrysler. Leaders are going to hit traffic as Danny Johnson tries to squeeze between the wall and Brett Hearn on the back straightaway. Couldn't do it. The Doctor has found something on the top shelf. He'll go upstairs one more time through corner number 3 and 4. Hearn on the bottom. He'll lead him on lap number 17. Hearn runs the middle through 1 and 2. Danny Johnson jumped the cushion. Oh, the momentum he had, but he shoots it back down to the low side. Tried diamonding it out of the corner. Couldn't make it work. He'll go back to the top side into turn number 3 and 4. Hearn's going to have traffic in front of him on the bottom. Danny Johnson, no one upstairs for him to have to work around. The Doctor again bangs a right rear off the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Uses it to shoot down to the inside. Hearn went to the top side to block him. The Doctor went to the bottom. Now Hearn shifts lane, stays on the top side. Danny Johnson, oh, a great slide off of corner number 4. Can't make it work. Hearn by a half car length. Traffic now in front of the leaders. Danny Johnson, a little tap in the tuchus that time from the Doctor to let Brett Hearn know he was there as they work on the Schaefer number 4, putting him down 1 to the lap counter. We will have 20 laps in the books, and Matt Shepard is now with the leaders as Shepard looks to take second from Danny Johnson. He does so at the line, and we've got a car spinning in front of the leaders. Everybody looking to get by. Danny Heber in the number 11 went around right in front of the leaders. Between the two of them, 174 big block modified Super Dirt Car Series wins. Matt Shepard rides in 3rd. Stuart Friesen, the SEF 200 winner back in October, sits in 4th. It's anybody's ball game. Green lights back on and away we go. Danny Johnson, a great start. Stuart Friesen follows them through as they take the 2 top spots away, and we are going to see yellow on the speedway. Yellow lights are on. Rob Bellinger 7th. Rich Gagliata 8th, Jimmy Horton 9th, Matt DiLorenzo 10th. Green lights back on. Hearn gets a better start that time. Shepard to the inside of Danny Johnson. Into turn number 1 and 2. Shepard can't keep the 2 spot as the Doctor takes it back as they exit down the back straightaway. Willie Decker in trouble on the back straightaway in the number 1X machine. Everybody scrambling to get around him. He will not go into the infield. He will stay on the speedway as we are under caution. Willie Decker in the number 1X slowed in turn number 1 and 2 and set off a freight train of bumper tag through the corners up to 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is the sensational one, Jimmy Horton in the number 5. Green lights back on. Brett Hearn fires. Danny Johnson to the inside of Shepard. Can't do anything with it as they go up into turn number 1 and 2. Shepard moves up to the top side, trying to keep the Doctor behind him. Stuart Friesen works the bottom off of corner number 2, trying to get around Danny Johnson as they race into turn number 3. The Doctor goes to the extreme top shelf, looking to keep Friesen at bay, and behind him, he'll reclaim 3rd as they complete lap number 22. Shepard jumps the cushion just a little bit. Danny Johnson right there on his back tail bumper couldn't do it as they head down the back straightaway, and this is allowing Brett Hearn to pull away just a little bit. Danny Johnson puts that Hoosier on the cushion, diamonds the corner, looking for something to get up there and race with Shepard and Hearn on lap number 23. Danny Johnson putting that 27J through its paces here tonight. Stuart Friesen runs in a 4th. Bobby Barron solid in 5th. Tim Fuller sits in 6th. Rob Bellinger 7th. Jimmy Horton sitting in position number 8. 9th on the grid is Rich Scagliotta, and Michelle Chicoine is now up to 10th with Andy Bacchetti running in 11th. Matt DiLorenzo sits back in 12th. Tim Kerr is 13th. Mike Isles sits in position number 14. Kevin Bates 15. Handful remain, 5 to go for Brett Hearn. Now Rob Bellinger going after the number 10 of Bobby Barron into turn number 1 and 2. That is for position number 5. Barron able to keep the position as they work their way down the back straightaway. Now next in line, Fuller looking to challenge Bellinger and Barron as Hearn brings it to the line. 26 down, 4 laps remaining for Brett the Jet Hearn. Top 3 cars all running the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Make it top 4, now top 5. All running the cushion on the top side of the speedway into turn number 3. Danny Johnson is the only one that stays on the top shelf. Both Hearn and 2nd place car. Matt Shepard run the bottom off of turn number 4. Fuller almost got the wall that time off of turn number 4, was able to keep it off the white knuckle zone, but he falls back into the clutches of the 5 of Jimmy Horton. Danny Johnson bobbled just a little bit off of turn number 2. That allows Stuart Friesen to close in with 2 laps remaining for Hearn. Friesen to the inside of Danny Johnson. He'll be your new 3rd place car as they cross the stripe and head into turn number 1. Friesen trying to throw the slider on Johnson. Oh, they got together, and it's going to be Danny Johnson holding on to 3rd with Friesen staying in 4th. Leader off of turn number 4. White flag is out. Final time around. Brett Hearn, the winningest driver in the history of big block modified racing in the state of Florida, takes him down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. The Speed Energy Wentworth Construction Custom Homes machine takes him down into turn number 3 and 4. And Brett Hearn is going to win his 20th event in Florida. Shepard finishes in 2nd. Danny Johnson 3rd. The 1 of Stuart Friesen finishes in position number 4. Wow, the number 10. Brett Hearn, no stranger to victory lane all across the Northeast of the United States, picks up the win.